It's not railroad tycoon. It's railroad empire, apparently. But yes, to all intents and purposes, it might as well be railroad tycoon, right? Platinum, number 3. Yeah, the guys that did this, yeah, as I said before, the same team done it. Okay, let me do this campaign again, because apparently I failed because I was unable to read everything I was supposed to do.
The rest are just gold diggers who don't have a clue.
Some of the voiceovers are really irritating.
In 1863, on the banks of the Missouri River, the last chapter in the monumental undertaking of the Transcontinental Railroad began.
I'll let you hear this. History is always enlightening. So Omaha to Cheyenne.
The workers of the Union Pacific Railroad began laying their tracks westward from Omaha through the wild heart of the North American continent. Massive challenges awaited them. Away from all civilization, the country was vast, the weather ruthless, and the challenges tremendously energy-sapping. But there was a masterstroke of modern engineering to be accomplished, to tame the wilderness and to conquer it with steel, fire, and steam. Never before had anything like this been ventured, but the time was ripe.
Over-wordified.
Greetings. My name is Thomas Clark Durand. Exactly, the head of Union Pacific. We will go down in history as the ones who created the Transcontinental Railroad. And that, my friend, is your job as chief engineer. I can't supervise everything here on site right now, as I have to meet with some politicians in Washington. First, you should familiarize yourself with the basic controls. Move the camera in all directions. Now test the camera's zoom function. You can also rotate the camera. Give it a try. Very good. Now you know the basic controls. Your first task is to create a rail connection between Omaha and Norfolk to the northwest. Both cities will need a station for this. You already have a station in Omaha, but you still need to build one in Norfolk. To do this, switch to building construction mode. Very good. Now the two stations need to be connected with tracks. To do this, switch to track construction mode. Now plan the tracks between the stations in Norfolk and Omaha. To do this, select the two station tracks one after the other. Then pay for your track planning. Now create your first train, so that you can set up a rail line between your stations. Initially, your train only exists on paper. It's not much use to you without a locomotive. Very good. Now you can see the journey your train will take. If there is something to transport, the train will automatically take it.
How did you focus on these guys here?
However, as each locomotive needs water, sand, and lubricant on its journey, you have to place a supply tower along the route. Very good. Your train is now traveling between Omaha and Norfolk. But you can do even more. Each city needs goods from the surrounding area. For example, every city needs corn. Look, there is a corn farm near Omaha. Until now, the corn has made it to the city in the conventional way, but we want to change that. Now construct a rural train station in the marked location with a corn farm within its radius. Now connect the new rural train station to the station in Omaha. And now things are getting tricky as we have to deal with a logistical problem. As Norfolk should also enjoy fresh corn, there will soon be two trains traveling on the stretch of track between Omaha and Norfolk. Of course, this will then result in a conflict. Since trains cannot travel through each other, you'll need a side track between Omaha and Norfolk. This consists of one parallel track and two signals. First, create a side track. It needs to be at least long enough for a fully loaded train. Excellent. However, your trains won't necessarily use the sidetrack, as they generally always take the shortest route. For this reason, you'll also have to specify the direction of travel on each parallel track. Now open Building Construction mode and set up a signal in the highlighted area pointing in the direction of the switch. Trains will then be able to stop here when the single track is in use. Now make sure that the track can only be traveled in one direction. For this purpose, set the signal so that trains coming from the opposite direction cannot pass. Excellent. Now do the same on the parallel track so that each parallel track has a different direction. Place a second signal in the highlighted area and block the track to trains coming from the opposite direction. Very good. I'm sure that it wasn't at all easy. You will soon come to realize that signals are an important aid in guaranteeing smooth rail operations. You will find more information and tips under Hints and Tips. Now assemble a new train and give it a locomotive and a rail line. Your new rail line should run via Omaha to Norfolk so that the people of Norfolk can be supplied with corn. Excellent. The corn farm will automatically make use of your train because the cities along your rail line are demanding corn. Conventional transportation is much more costly for the farm. We are still...
Awesome. I like to look at the train as they fly by. So let's look at the controls. What? Why is the controls not here? I can't reassign keys once I've started. Really? My word. Nah, honestly, I can't remember what the key was to it. Save it. Yeah. Alright, let's go back to me and see how you look at a train. Options. Is that the only control? I thought there'd be more controls here. Oh well. But tooltips, turn that off. What's tooltips? What's the hints? Game hints. Game hints off. Newspaper on. Sets trains automatically. Miles, auctions. Yep. Load. That was easy. Oh, I see I played it a bit more. What was this today? Let's get back to what we were doing.
We are still missing something. Locomotives wear out over time and need to be regularly maintained so they can perform their duties more reliably. For this purpose, there needs to be at least one maintenance building on each rail line where locomotives can be serviced if necessary. Construct such a maintenance building at your station in Omaha now. To do this, select the station itself and expand the station with this building. Right, we've been lollygagging for long enough. I need to return to Washington for further miserable negotiations with our representatives of the people. I've written a task list for you. Take a look at it and complete the tasks within the given time period. Do not disappoint me.
Oh yeah, I disappointed you last time. So we got Shanghai and North Plate, whatever. Okay, so where are we? Let's build a station. Got enough money.
Good. That's finished. You're making progress.
depot here, I think. Makes more sense. Train line here to here. Yep, add a locomotive. Okay, what we got? So what's the next plot? Cheyenne. Okay, let's get Cheyenne up and running. Upgrade this station as well. Ooh, I can make an industry. What's a good industry for here? Not entirely sure. Oh, there's cotton up there, so I could probably make a fabric industry here. That one. I don't have enough cash for that. It's fine. Later. Later, dear friend. Okay, let's grab that. And let's go to Cheyenne. Station. I need a large station at Cheyenne. Looks like I just have to let the game play. Got not enough money for everything. What can you say? Let's go and see some trains. How do you view the camera? Seek for camera? Whoa, okay. Made lots of money. Nah, honestly, how do you ride a train? Maybe I should do a tutorial. Oh well. Let's finish off my track to Cheyenne. Ah. 25,000, really? I only got 3 trains, it's going to take a while. I'm not going to fly around too much. Broken down? Jeez. That one's almost... How much more? Is that money? Okay, so
Those politicians in Washington get on one's nerves. But now let's get back to your tasks. As you can see, Cheyenne is still a little town hoping for an upswing caused by the railroad connection, but a city will only attract new inhabitants if it is supplied with enough goods. Cities receive basic goods from the surrounding area. If you construct stations in the right places and establish rail lines, your trains will be used to transport goods and you will make profits for transportation. But for this, you have to know what goods a city actually needs. You can find out any city's current needs. Now select Cheyenne and view the city's demand for goods.
Okay.
As you can see, Cheyenne currently needs only a handful of goods, and you can only deliver goods that are in demand. As the city grows, it will demand further goods. At the moment, you can supply grain and wood. Both of these goods are available to the north of Cheyenne. Connect Cheyenne to a timber business and a wheat farm, and establish a new rail line that connects them both to Cheyenne. Well done. The city will soon grow. You can see how well it is being supplied at any time in the city dialogue. Basically, a city will grow once its demands are sufficiently met. I think you have learned enough. Complete the rest of your tasks. But you certainly won't have any success with so little capital. I might have not planned on this being a loss-making business, but I'll help you out this one last time.
Okay. Am I going to get lots of money?
Now you've managed to cross the Great Plains. A masterpiece.
Alright, so I'm now connected up Cheyenne and meet to Cheyenne. Population 100 carriages from Cheyenne's Rocky Sprint. Okay, well that should be enough. Some meat. Really? What was it? Cattle delivers meat. 16 loads of meat to Cheyenne. Cheyenne. Okay, let's see what we can do. So let's get Denver sorted. This tower done. Okay, now I have to wait for some cash to flow in before I can do what I need to do. Need £70,000 for some track, honestly. Okay, well, almost finished. I think we're doing meat here, aren't we? Train that is what I'll say. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Time is money.
Yes, one more thing. Your company has also a research department to help you unlock new locomotives and other innovations. Open the research dialog to find out more about it. Here you will find the advances that can be achieved in the current era. Advances from previous eras are usually already active, but what the future holds, we do not know. For each advance, you require innovation points, which you get automatically each month, and which can be increased in various ways. Now, take a look around here, and then unlock an innovation of your choosing. How about a new locomotive? My opponents say I'm lining my own pockets. These are, of course, hideous lies. And look at it this way. With the profits I'm making, I can invest much more. Jobs, jobs, jobs.
Okay, I'm almost done. That was quite straightforward.
I have to wrangle with a lot of competitors, but if one person really gets on my nerves, then it's that Beatrix von Pomp. What? You haven't encountered her yet? Be glad. She takes everyone to the cleaners. Cheyenne will flourish thanks to you. And for each mile of track that we lay, we receive 10 square miles of land. The politicians have no idea of the value of the assets they're giving away, but that stays between us. Well done. The citizens of Denver are impressed by the railroad. Excellent. Cheyenne is becoming a major railroad hub, and the credit is all ours.
Okay, so I use different tracks for different trains so that there isn't a conflict. So this one goes there, that one goes in the middle, those two come out, one comes in there, one comes in there. Everyone has a different track, so there's going to be no delays.
Do you know that many people call the vast stretch of land between the Mississippi and California the Great American Desert? Those fools. Once my railroad has opened everything up, the value of these lands will go through the roof.
buy it, shouldn't I? No, let me just buy these other things here. He's going to give me lots of money. Okay, that's quite expensive. There's a train to Cheyenne. Oh, it's there. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Good. This should be the last bit of it. That should be all my tasks complete. Let me have a look. Yep. By which day? 28 years early. It's got to be some sort of record.
Progress is enormous. The far west is no longer so far away anymore, and the people are slowly realizing that trade helps create prospering cities. We still have a long way to go, but the Transcontinental Railroad is coming.
In spite of all the challenges, the Union Pacific Railroad managed to cross the endless expanses of the Great Plains and conquer the merciless slopes of the Rocky Mountains. The Central Pacific Railroad approached from the west, but the winter of 1868 brought all work to a standstill. The two lines lay just a few hundred miles across from each other, in the middle of nowhere in the mountains. The dream of the first transcontinental railroad seemed to be within touching distance, but was buried by house-high masses of snow and blown away by icy snowstorms, a dream that had begun almost 4 decades before.
That's right, I'm the president. Shazam. Yeah, good stuff. Next chapter, please. So that's triple president there, good stuff. Okay, in the early days of the early days are about to be modern days of revolutionary transportation, helping to revive prosperity in industrial centers of the east. We're building the first railroad empire, leading the tracks to the west. Anyway, okay, Thomas Evan, Philip Evan, Thomas, well known railroad a few years more. Right by your side. Okay, good. Realistic, normal.
Let's go. Time is money.
In 1830, the prosperous industrial centers on the east coast of the United States of America were poorly connected to the mainland. Insufficiently developed toll roads and slow ship canals were the only options when making long journeys.
Those horses look inordinately slow.
Farmers, businessmen, and travelers lamented these long, arduous, and above all, unsafe transport routes. They were not only an inconvenience for travelers, but also shackles on an emergent nation's hunger to grow. But at this time, a development from England was taking its first steps and helped keep alive the hope of many cities in the East of reaching greater economic influence and growth.
I've been waiting for you. I'm Philip Evan Thomas. It's always been my dream to build a railroad to the Ohio River and beyond. That would help everyone, both the settlers and the natives. And I need your help with that. First of all, I have 2 tasks for you in order to build a base from where we can monitor further activities. But as I learned back when I was a bank clerk, the books must always balance. So take care to make a profit, even with these preliminary assignments.
Let's see what I'm doing. Station here.
Oh, who's this new fish swimming in our pond? Greetings from the beautiful city of Charlotte. What was your name again? Beautiful stranger, wasn't it? Well, that's what you look like. Just let me know if you need help push-starting your trains.
I already don't like that lady. Wrong place.
Look, to be clear, I have nothing against strangers. Some of my best friends are strangers. But you're not from here, and New York is my city. That's where I do business. I say when the trains roll, where they're going, and why. As long as you don't get in my way, everything will be A-OK between us.
The bigger a city gets, the greater its demands get too. At some point, the goods from the immediate area will no longer be enough. That's where the railroad comes in handy. Now select Baltimore to take a closer look at the city. Baltimore, where the headquarters of our firm is located, has a large clothing industry. The city therefore needs a constant supply of fabrics. In New York, on the other hand, the fashion-conscious customers are waiting for deliveries of ready-tailored goods. Lay a rail line between Baltimore and New York so that the clothing produced in Baltimore can be delivered to New York.
What are you doing with this station here? I'm already here.
I'll let you get on with your responsibilities. Stay alert. I will check on your progress from time to time.
But Pittsburgh, Baltimore, 10 cotton. 10 cotton loads to... Loads to...
Excuse me, but could you keep out of this?
Where's
You're
Pittsburgh?
driving the price up.
Where's Pittsburgh? Okay. Really? It's going to cost me £2 million to do that railroad.
Why did no one else bid at the auction except you?
Random breakdown. Crazy.
If you transport the clothing from Baltimore with your rail line, you will be making a considerable contribution to the growth of the industry. Everyone profits from that.
Can't do anything right at the moment.
Excellent. You can hire train crews in the staff dialog window. Then you'll need to view the train details of the selected train to assign the staff to it. Now open the train details of your most important train and assign an engineer and a stoker to it. You don't have first call on cities, farms, or mines. Of course, your transport income will fall if your competitors connect these to their rail networks. Tracks, locomotives, buildings, and cash all increase the value of your company. And the higher this is, the higher the price of your company stocks. Just as other companies buy stocks from you, you are able to buy some from them. If you do that, you will profit from the success of your competitors. You should buy stocks via the company dialog window now.
How do I buy stocks? Okay.
Hey, in your place, I'd invest in me as well.
What can I do if your employees can't resist my candy? You can't go wrong investing in my company.
This should stay just between us, as it's, well, not entirely legal. But we need to keep all of our options open. A saboteur has applied for a job with you. If you send him to one of your competitors, he will make trouble for them. This can also cause their stock price to fall. You don't have to deploy saboteurs to do better than your competitors. You can deal with them in a more classy and legal way. Take a look at which routes are more lucrative and will ensure you become the most important transporter there.
Call that a new locomotive? Does it have cannons as well?
By the way, your competitor, Don Lorenzo, is a bit of a gang boss. You can imagine that he has good connections to bandits and saboteurs, so it's much easier for him to deploy such characters. You should have learned the most important aspects of your position by now. I'll let you get on with your responsibilities. Stay alert. I will check on your progress from time to time.
I gotta borrow.
It's probably just another one of your little mistakes, but could it be that you just placed a bid? Don't worry about it. Who's interested in what the tabloids say, right?
It seems to me you're broke. Just this once, I'll help you out with some cash. Be more careful next time.
Just glad I've helped out. Should have helped me out before.
My spy brought me a real treat from your research department.
Where's the cotton coming from?
It's worth reconsidering that decision. Excuse me, but could you keep out of this? You're driving the price up.
One day, the railroad will reach all the way to the West Coast. Every day, huge crowds of people set out to cross the entire country, and the trains will continue to get faster. Don't look at me like that. We can't stop progress. A big dream has become reality. Baltimore now has a direct connection to the Great Lakes. This will speed up the trade of goods and help bring more prosperity to the city.
I've pulled some strings to see whether anybody wants to switch sides.
If you own enough shares in your competitor, you can merge with them and incorporate their routes and buildings with yours. Your competitor will then be out of business for good. Well done. You now possess your first block of shares in a competitor. Did you know that I am speaking in Washington on behalf of some Indian tribes? They have granted me the title of Haiwa Nob, which means the benevolent one.
A station in the middle of nowhere? This is a non-starter.
What are you going to do with that? You really should pay more attention to your money.
You should look for your train. There's a reason why I did not place a bid.
It angers me that to this day, nobody has erected a memorial to our founding father, George Washington. I hope that the disputes about it will be over someday, and I'll be the first to make a donation towards it.
You really should pay more attention to the maintenance of your locomotives. A station here? How carefully did you consider that? Say, are you a bit slow? I have already bid.
My brother spent some time in England. His accounts of how the railroad is used in mining there fascinated me. However, in America, we have considerably greater distances to overcome. A mammoth task.
Oh dear, there seems to be a little problem with one of your locomotives. What can I do if your employees can't resist my candy?
Congratulations. You're doing some excellent work, and your company has greatly increased in value, just as I had hoped it would.
I would have chosen something far more exquisite.
I believe that the railroad will democratize mobility. It is a means of transport that should be open to all people, not only because it is profitable, no, but because it opens up people's eyes to the world.
I'm sure it won't bother you that my spy took a quick look around your research department. Don't worry. Your employees won't miss a thing with me. Promise.
When I tell people about my plans for the railroad, they only see the problems. Laying the tracks, maintenance costs, labor costs, as if a fleet of stagecoaches were cheaper. And don't tell me these mountains of raw materials are supposed to be transported by horses.
You won the auction? But what are you gonna do with it now? There's still room for a station here, don't you think? This technology is mine now. Thanks for your work. Go away. How many times do I have to say it? I sent the spy over to you. Surely you don't mind.
You understand your craft, I must admit. I hope that we will fight over land and rails for a long time to come.
I hope you don't mind if I go into competition with your station.
Baltimore is growing and thriving. That is mainly thanks to the railroad that you built. Well done.
A station here? How carefully did you consider that?
One of your trains isn't doing what it should be doing.
for my friends on the East Coast, the Great Lakes are a long way away, and many of them never want to go there. This is because they have only just arrived in the New World. But think about their children. They won't want to spend their entire lives on the East Coast when a vast land of unimaginable possibilities lies before them.
Another station in this city really wasn't necessary. It's probably just another one of your little mistakes, but could it be that you just placed a bid? Let me show you how it's done.
Unfortunately, one of your trains didn't make it. Nobody else wanted this crap. I wouldn't have expected such a useless station, even from you.
As a child, I already had a wooden train set. You too? Or do you still have it?
Baltimore is prospering. The upswing can be felt.
The trust in new technology and the art of the adventurous railroaders paid off. Within a few years, a patchy network of short railroad lines stretched from the coast to the Great Lakes, bringing new wealth and a period of dynamic change. Soon, the first dreamers entered the scene, calling for a gigantic railroad link from the Atlantic to the Pacific, the so-called Transcontinental Railroad. But how is the most enormous project of the century to be funded and executed when the first step had only just been taken?
I want to continue and buy that guy out.
Don't worry about it. Who's interested in what the tabloids say, right? Oh dear, there seems to be a little problem with one of your locomotives. Let me show you how it's done. A little competition creates business, so my new station won't do any harm. A little competition creates business, so my new station won't do any harm.
This isn't a locomotive, it's a scrap heap on wheels.
Excuse me, but could you keep out of this? You're driving the price up. Let me show you how it's done.
There's still room for a station here, don't you think? There's another station here now.
My spy brought me a real treat from your research department. It's probably just another one of your little mistakes, but could it be that you just placed a bid? An exquisite investment opportunity that I'm not going to waste. Thank you for letting me have your staff, sweetheart. Come on, budge your station over a bit. There's enough space here for the two of us. Oh, don't make such a fuss. A bit of bad press never hurt anyone.
One day you'll turn around and I'll be right behind you.
I would have chosen something far more exquisite. Excuse me, but could you keep out of this? You're driving the price up. Shoo, shoo! Let the adults do business in peace! Oh, is this station a bit inconvenient for you? So you want a piece of my cake for yourself, huh?
Okay, so let me try to see if I can kill that lady, but it's going to take a long time. Probably not this time around. Anyway, let's get a road up.
Come on, budge your station over a bit. There's enough space here for the two of us. Come on, budge your station over a bit. There's enough space here for the two of us. Oh no, it looks like one of your trains has a problem. Don't worry about it. Who's interested in what the tabloids say, right? Let me show you how it's done. Oh dear, there seems to be a little problem with one of your locomotives. Oh no, it looks like one of your trains has a problem. Congratulations. But there's probably a reason why no one else placed a bid. An exquisite investment opportunity that I'm not going to waste. Incredible! Who taught this primate to write? No. Has one of your choo-choo trains broken down? Keep out of this! This offer is for me! Have fun with this worthless junk! Why do you think I let you win the auction? Did someone get cold feet, Have fun with this worthless junk! Why do you think I let you win the auction? No. Has one of your choo-choo trains broken down? That broken connecting rod looks nasty. Should we put a Band-Aid on it? Your wastefulness is ridiculous! No one really needs that! Shoo! Shoo! Let the adults do business in peace! No. Has one of your choo-choo trains broken down? Oh, no. Has one of your choo-choo trains broken down? I think my station makes yours a little superfluous in this city. Take care of your own affairs. Have fun with this worthless junk. Why do you think I let you win the auction? Oh, looks like someone is having a bit of a problem with the reliability of their locomotives. Your wastefulness is ridiculous! No one really needs that! When I'm finished with your company, there'll just be little crumbs left over. Don't act so surprised. You were begging to be taught a lesson. You might find a man with a dubious reputation and bad intentions coming your way soon. That was easier than taking candy from a baby. Shoo! Shoo! Let the adults do business in peace! Oh, looks like someone is having a bit of a problem with the reliability of their locomotives. Oh no! How immature! Your employee is a wonderful addition to my workforce. Oh, looks like someone is having a bit of a problem with the reliability of their locomotives. Shoo! Shoo! Let the adults do business in peace! It's great that I discovered this construction site right in front of you. Or are you missing the necessary change? You're Your wastefulness is ridiculous! No one really needs that! Oh, no, my dear. I'm afraid I've just sent a saboteur your way. That was easier than taking candy from a baby. No. Has one of your choo-choo trains broken down? Take care of your own affairs. My spy has brought me some lovely things from your research department. No. Has one of your choo-choo trains broken down? It's not polite to go snooping around here. Keep it up, and you'll soon be without a company. And once again, you demonstrate your infallible lack of good taste. That broken connecting rod looks nasty. Should we put a Band-Aid on it? Take care of your own affairs. When I'm finished with your company, there'll just be little crumbs left over. Oh, looks like someone is having a bit of a problem with the reliability of their locomotives. Your wastefulness is ridiculous! No one really needs that! That was easier than taking candy from a baby. Nice to see there's still some quality journalism out there. station a bit inconvenient for you? And once again, you demonstrate your infallible lack of good taste. Keep out of this! This offer is for me! Do you think a new locomotive is going to help you now? Oh, no, my dear. I'm afraid I've just sent a saboteur your way. That was easier than taking candy from a baby. done with this worthless junk. Why do you think I let you win the auction? And once again, you demonstrate your infallible lack of good taste. Shoo, shoo! Let the adults do business in peace! And once again, you demonstrate your infallible lack of good taste.
Okay, guys, thank you. Very quiet stream, but hey, tactical games. I'll try to be more vocal next time. Take care. Have a very nice night.